To report to who?
To the Social Crime Prevention Unit, the in charge of Social Crime Prevention Unit, every Friday.
Here in Nairobi?
Yes, in Nairobi. As they are the lead investigators.
Yes.
Number one, the respondents are state officer holding a constitutional office.
5 pictures of Migori Governor Obado walking to freedom after being released by the Kibera Law Court. The beleaguered Migori Governor has earned his freedom at a cash bail of 200,000 shillings or a bond that was prescribed there by the Chief Magistrate Joyce Gandani of 500 shillings. And it has been quite an interesting 2 days for him, with the prosecution having a hard time convincing the court to detain the governor for 15 more days to conclude investigations to confirm that 3 firearms recovered from his home had indeed been used to commit crimes. Our reporter Timothy Otieno is live at the Kibera Law Courts there. Migori Governor Obado just getting into the car. A host of supporters there of the governor who'd come in solidarity with the beleaguered Migori Governor Obado.
It's unreasonable and unjustified in a democratic society where there is that concept.
Yeah, yes. Shots here in the Kibera Law Courts. Just a few minutes ago, Migori Governor Obado has secured his freedom after Chief Magistrate Justice Joyce I beg your pardon, after Chief Magistrate Joyce Gandani did release her, did release him about 40 minutes ago, citing the prosecution lacking any sufficient evidence to detain the governor any further than the 2 days that he's been in police custody, spending the night at the Gigiri police station. So the crowd here, a sizable crowd, had begun to emerge from early morning when we arrived at the Kibera Law Courts. And the crowd has in time increasingly become larger and larger. But nonetheless, Governor Obado will be free. Initially, the prosecution had argued that despite the fact that the governor was going to be released on a 500 Kenya shilling cash bond and surety of the same amount, as well as a 200,000 Kenya shilling cash bail, the prosecution, led by its senior prosecutor from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, Christine Mwaniki, was insisting that the governor ought to be ordered to appear every Friday to answer to some of the questions that the investigators may have for him subsequently as the investigations go on. But of course, this request was quickly opposed by the Defense Counsel. This time, speaking on behalf of the governor was his lawyer, Evans Ondieki, who was opposing that move, insisting that the governor indeed is not based here in Nairobi. He's a governor for Migori County, which is in Western Kenya, and therefore having him appear here each and every week would interfere with his task of serving the people of Migori County. This is a consideration that Joyce Gandani did listen to, did hear, and she altered that particular request from the prosecution, directing that Okoth Obado make one appearance every fortnight as and when required by the police and by the prosecution team, and that appearance does not need him to travel all the way to Nairobi. The investigators can reach him at his offices in Migori County. So that's the situation right now. Governor Okoth Obado released on a 500,000 Kenya shilling bond or a surety of the same amount, and a cash bail of a similar amount. So the sizable crowd has since moved, but I'll see if I can be able to speak to a few of the people who gathered themselves and appeared here at the Milimani Law Court to follow the proceedings. Thank you so much for speaking to KTN News. First of all, your thoughts in regards to what happened in court this morning.
County Director in charge of administration in Obado's office. As Migori people, we are very happy because services will now continue. We are very happy, and with the decision of the court, Obado is a law-abiding Kenyan. I think he'll be reporting as he's been directed to.
So were there any concerns for you coming in this morning?
Yes, there were a bit of concerns. One was about, there was heavy security presence, which actually really worried us, but we realized they were there for our own security. Yeah, everything has gone on well, and we are happy. As officers of the county, as officials from the county government, now I think services will continue.
One of the bone of contentions during the deliberations this morning was the request to have him appear before investigators every week. Of course, we now know the court did not agree with the prosecution in that regard, but the court ordered that he make statements once every fortnight in regards to this particular case before him. What are your thoughts on that? Because the opposition was saying, the defense team, was saying this would interfere with his work at the county as a county official. Do you believe that to be true?
Yes, so that could have been very true, because Migori, considering proximity between Migori and Nairobi, it could not have been possible for the governor to be appearing every Friday. That was, to us, was very unfair, but it is good. The court also took judicial recognition of that, and the way it is okay with us.
Thank you so much for speaking to KTN News and for giving us your time. Well, there you go, Michelle. Just a few reactions we're getting here from this particular process this morning. So I'll hand it back to you unless you have any other question, Michelle.
Many things. That is our reporter Timothy Otieno following live the proceedings there from the Kibera Law Courts. Many things, Timothy.